Hello, my name is David Watts, and welcome to the Up Newscast. A new report just released by the California Highway Patrols shows that many police officers in the state of California have racial bias. Duh. Things I think we've been knowing all along have just been confirmed in a new report just released by the California Highway Patrol showing that police are more likely to stop people of color and to use more force than our white and Asian counterparts. A new study just released by the California Patrol and reported by the Oakland Post news group shows that California cops have an explicit bias against African Americans. Data further shows black and Hispanic individuals are more likely to have force used against them compared to their white and Asian counterparts, and other individuals were also less likely. Specifically, the odds of having force used during a stop were 1 to 3.2 times and 1.616 times as high as for black and Hispanics individuals, respectively. Okay, I feel like I'm high reading this. This is crazy. Asians and other individuals whom officers stopped had lower odds of having force used against them, respectively, uh, relative to the odds of those perceived as white. So, um, what is this saying? What does this tell us? It's not telling us anything we haven't already known. It's telling us basically that there is a implicit racial bias. But the question, I think, is where do they learn that racial bias? Is this officer that has been going through the academy that had this bias already with him, and now they just have the ability to use lethal force along with their racial bias? Or is it a bias that is taught during the training, and that bias that is innate to some extent in all of us is manifested during the training? I think that's the question. And the question is, why are these officers with this racial bias and this sometimes hypersensitive acuity allowed to work in inner city and urban areas where they're probably going to apply more force? I'm just wondering. This is just me. I'm just wondering. So, with that being said, what do you do about it? Because we can talk about it all day, but what do we do about it? I had this idea years ago, and it's probably a really good idea, that when you apply to the police department, one, you've got to actually live close to where you're going to work. I think that's something Oakland tried to have their officers live within 20 or 30 minutes from the city of Oakland. The other thing is, when you're going through the police academy, in order to be accepted, you've got to work for 2 to 3 months with a nonprofit like a church group or other boys and girls club in the area that you're going to serve. So you get to know the people. Oh, that's community policing. Oh, they don't have money for that, but they have money for all these new weapons, all these new vehicles. Really? Once again, just my thoughts. And what happens is when they go through this training, when they're checked off to say this is somebody I would feel comfortable protecting and serving in my community, and they get to know the people. Because I tell you, it's much harder to pull a gun on Miss Jones's son when you know that's Miss Jones's son and not just some 6'2" black male. I'm just saying. Um, I want you guys definitely take a time, take a chance, and get to know your community. Get to know the people in your community. Because when you bind together, it's also giving you a voice. But maybe I'm just old school. But those are just my thoughts. So, this has been the Wrap Up Newscast. Newscasts that affect people of color. We're very excited to bring this to you, and this is the second installment. We try to make these short, sweet, give you the information, and let you make a decision based upon available data. So, once again, you guys, thank you so much, and I'll be seeing you soon. Oh, and before I go, I want to also say, please check out our sponsor. And where it is, there it is. Check out our sponsor, Onstage Plus, in the room. You guys, this is a phenomenal network. I'm not just saying it because I'm employed by it, but I'm saying the subscription network, Onstage Plus. There we go. The Onstage Plus network has 3 original shows every month. They've got Black Girl Magic, some of the best singers I've ever heard. I mean, these women are bad. They're bad. And we've got comedy shows. Um, there's ciphers coming up. There is just backyard comedy, which is phenomenal. I was laughing so hard I almost peed on myself. I'm gonna be honest. I shouldn't tell nobody, but it was that funny. These people over here are, you aren't gonna see them anywhere because they're raw, they're real, they're just coming up, and the talent is phenomenal. So go to onstageplus.com, sign up, do yourself a favor. It's $5.99. You can't even get a pizza or a cup of coffee now for that. Hell, you can't even get a dozen eggs for that, just to be honest. And this is the gift that keeps on giving, because when you laugh, you increase your dopamine and your serotonin, and your body's helping for it. You decrease your cortisol, you stave off cancer. So I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it from any medical thing, but I am saying that maybe if you get a subscription, you might live longer. I'm just saying available data seems to support that. Okay. So with that being said, thank you so much. And please check us out. We look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Take care of each other. And check us out in the next one.